Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tommy Talks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first episode of Tommy Talks. This was meant to be a live stream on the new YouTube channel called Tommy Talks, but when I went to go live on there, it said, "Thank you for requesting permission to go live. You will be able to do so in 24 hours. Probably should have tested this out first before I tried to wing it. I also had to do a bunch of stuff to go live on Facebook, because when I tried to go live on Facebook, it wouldn't let me. I had to basically uninstall Streamlabs and reinstall it for it to work. Yeah, unplug it, plug it back in kind of type shit, but whatever. We are here. This is Tommy Talks, and we are here to talk about a lot of shit, actually. We're here to talk about a lot of shit, and I am ready to dive right in. Just pulling up a couple things, making sure I'm ready and good to go. You'll have to excuse me. All right. Let some people file in. File in. Yes, we are live. We are live. We are good to go. We've got 2 people watching. Hello. Please say hi in the chat. Please, please, please say hi in the chat. All right, so we're going to run through. We got a few things to talk about today. We got, I want to say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points to talk about today. And I want you guys to chat along with me. I want this to be a conversation. My chair's very squeaky. You guys are going to have to deal with it. I am sorry. Also, at any point, my mic could come unplugged. I do have a dog, as you can see over there. Sunshine! What are you doing? Come say hi. Come over here. Over here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Oh no, I'm getting her riled up. You can kind of see her. She at any point she might run under here and just fuck everything. Ooh, I said a bad word in the first 2 minutes. I don't know. I think I'm 2 minutes past anyways. Oh well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me. The 8 topics we're going to talk about today is rating all 27 movies that I've seen in theaters so far this year. We are going to talk about what of those movies are the best ones so far. What movies stuck out to me the most? What did I like the most? What do I think the best quality movie was? Because those are different answers. The movies that I liked the most are probably not the best movies I've seen this year, but they're the best ones to me. So we're going to talk about both of those. We're going to talk about some upcoming movies that are coming out, which ones we're most excited for. We're going to be the good ones. We're going to make the most money, maybe. Who knows? We're going to talk about The Boys finale, because I loved The Boys. I absolutely loved it. And a lot of people didn't, and I understand why, but I loved it. We're going to talk about House of the Dragon so far. We're only 3 episodes in. Thank you, Phil, for giving me the reaction. You're the first person. Appreciate that. We are going to preview Evil Dead Burn, because myself and Wesley Crane will be going this Thursday to watch Evil Dead Burn. We're massive Evil Dead fans. And since Scream 7 sucked so bad, Evil Dead is now officially the largest franchise with no bad movies. For a while it was Evil Dead and Scream, but then Scream 7 just shit the bed. So now Evil Dead is the only horror franchise with more than 3 movies that doesn't have one that's absolutely terrible. There's probably some more that I'm just not remembering at the moment, or let's just say more than 5 or more. Let's just say 5 or more, because we got Evil Dead 1, or Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, we got Evil Dead 2013, and we got Evil Dead Rise. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about transitioning kind of into toxic fandom, and how I am very toxic when it comes to Scream 7, but how I think just in general, I think movie fans and cinema fans and fans just in general are overly toxic. And you can kind of contribute that to anything. It could be pro wrestling fans, it could be fans of superhero movies, fans of horror movies, just fans in general. Are fans too critical these days? We're going to talk about it. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret War, because as you can see, I'm a massive Marvel fan. I've got my Doctor Doom hat on. There are definitely way bigger Marvel nerds than me. I have not read a lot of comic books. I've actually really read very few comics. I'm kind of a fraud, but don't tell anybody. But we're going to talk about all these things, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts and reactions. and opinions, and I want to know how your day was as well. So feel free. I'm gonna just adjust a couple more things here. My dog is very loud. And opinions. Haha. I wonder if you guys could hear that. I don't know. So feel free. I'm gonna just. Can you guys hear that? I've got my own stream pulled up. Can you hear? If you're watching, tell me. Loud. And opinions. Haha. I wonder if you guys could hear that. I don't know. So feel free. Okay. That was very awkward. I apologize. I know, but I just had to make sure. Okay? I've had to make sure. But I do have the stream pulled up now on my computer, and I can see the chats. So throw me some chats. What are we saying before we get started? I know we're running a little bit late. I meant to go live at 6. I went live at like, I don't even know, like 10, 15 after. So get settled in and be ready to respond, because I want to know what you guys think. I want to know. Tell me. So I'm also going to get pulled up my 27 movies that I've seen so far this year, because, shocker, I do not memorize them. And if I keep looking this way, it's because this is where this monitor, I've got two monitors. I got this monitor, my camera's right there. So I keep looking over here because this is where my desktop is, that I can see what it looks like for you guys. And this is where I have a lot of my notes over here as well. So if I keep looking over here, I apologize. Maybe I should set the camera up over here. That's on me. Or maybe I should switch these so at least I'm looking this way. Maybe, let me try that. Let's try that. Minimize. Besides, there's like nobody watching yet right now anyway, so it's fine. It's all fine. Hello. What just happened? Something just happened. The dog is going crazy. So we're going to move this over here. Boom. See, now I'll be looking right here. This is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. I'm still not looking directly at you guys, but that's fine. I can look at you when I need to. All right, now we're going to pull up this bad boy over here. I just got a text. But again, we're just giving you guys time to get in here. Giving people time, come in. Tell me, if you're watching this right now, tell me what is your favorite movie so far this year. Go ahead and tell me in the comments down below. And do you think that the second half of the year will be better than the first half? Get down, get down, get down, get off of there. Get off of there, can't be up there. Eat. Hello. No comments yet. Come on, guys. Give me a break here. Come on. Somebody say something. All right. I am not a professional. I was going to say, don't worry, guys. I'm a professional. I'm not a professional. I'm actually really not. But I am autistic. I am not a robot. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Boom. 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 I am not a robot. I'm not a robot. Hello. What's up, Nathan? Hello, my friend. How are you, brother? Is today Noah's 8th birthday? 9th birthday? 10th birthday? I'm terrible. I apologize. Tell him I said happy birthday. Can you guys hear me all right, too? Can you guys hear me? Is this what you want? Okay, you guys can't hear me because I can see my own captions. LOL? Restore. So, what I'm doing now is I am pulling up my own messages to myself, because anytime I need to remember something, I have to message it to myself. And anytime I feel like I'm forgetting something or anything, I have to pull up those messages to myself to remind me, because you can message yourself on Facebook. He's 8th birthday. Well, happy 8th birthday, Noah. Tell him I said happy birthday. Tell him I said hi. Tell him I hope he gets to stay up super late tonight. All right. All right. I've got that pulled up. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with the 27 movies that I have watched in theaters so far. I have watched a few new Netflix movies. I'll just briefly go over those real quick. I watched The Rip, which was very, very good. It's one of those Matt Damon and Ben Affleck movies. You know, they do a bunch of movies together all the time. It was one of those ones. It was good. I liked it for what it was. It, for the most part, takes place in one area. It was pretty good. And then I also watched, what was it? Apex. I watched Apex on Netflix as well. Again, that was a fun watch. That's one I feel like I could probably put on if I'm having like a house party or something and have a big group of people. I could just probably throw that on the TV. You know, people might not be watching it, but it's a fun movie to have on, so that's pretty cool. So those are the two Netflix movies, and then I've seen 27 movies in theaters so far, and I have them in order. So I'm gonna rank all these movies on a scale of 1 to 10. It'd probably be more like a scale of 1 to 100 because I'm probably gonna be like 8.7. I don't know. But we're gonna rank all these movies. We're gonna get into it, and here we go. The first movie I saw this year was Primate. That was the first movie I watched in theaters this year. I'm not gonna spend too much time on a lot of these movies because I don't want to have to be on here forever. I like being on here. I like live streaming. I haven't live streamed in forever, and I love doing it. That's a common theme with me these days. I love doing a lot of things that I don't get to do. But I do not want to be on here for 3 or 4 hours. I'm looking to be on here for an hour and a half, at maybe 2 hours at most. But kind of just depends on how the stream goes. Depends on how many people are watching and interacting and whatnot. So, but I am also going to upload this to YouTube as well. So if you miss it here, don't worry. I'm also recording as well as live streaming, and I am going to upload this on the new YouTube channel, Tommy Talks. So make sure you guys go over there and subscribe. So Primate was pretty good. Basic, generic, run-of-the-mill horror film that was made interesting with the antagonist being a rabid monkey. And basically, it's like Cujo. It's like Cujo, but with a monkey, but more modern, I guess. I don't know. It was okay. I gave it like a 6.5 out of 10. So 6.5 out of 10. The second movie that I watched this year. This was a big jump up. We got 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Ray Fiennes deserved a damn Emmy, Oscar. I don't know how it works. I don't watch either one. Is Emmys for TV shows and Oscars are for movies? Well, whatever they are, Ray Fiennes deserves one for it. I can call you at 7. Cannot call me at 7 because that's in like 30 minutes. Sorry, bud. I am streaming right now, but I will touch base with you when I am done. Before I call you. Who do you guys think I'm talking to? Type in the comments down below. Who am I talking to? Who's Tommy talking to? Who's he texting? Who's he texting? I can't tell you who I'm texting. I can't tell you. It's private business. Private business. But 28 Years Later was so good. I remember when 28 Years Later came out last year. I gotta be specific. 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. When 28 Years Later came out last year, I thought it was damn near a perfect movie. Not the movie that you wanted to go see. Not necessarily the movie that was advertised. When we went to watch 28 Years Later last year, when it came out, we all wanted to see freaking zombie hordes and violence and gore and whatever. And though that stuff is sprinkled in, that's not what that movie's about. But that movie is still a fantastic movie. Until you get to like the last like 3 minutes. And it just goes full fucking Power Rangers, which is kind of crazy. But I will say, you needed that for the Bone Temple. And the Bone Temple is so good. And all of the things that I hated about the last 3 minutes, the Bone Temple made me appreciate that so much more. So now I love 28 Years Later even more because of Bone Temple. Bone Temple took the worst part of 28 years. It wasn't even just the worst part. It was like completely bad. It was terrible. But 28 Years Later, Bone Temple made me love the ending of that as well because I know what it leads into. It's got the guy that was also in Sinners, the main antagonist of Sinners. I forget what that guy's name is, but he's also the antagonist. of Bone Temple, and he's fantastic. Ray Fiennes is fantastic. 20 years later, the Bone Temple, very good. Return to Silent Hill. Oh yeah, Bone Temple was like a 9 out of 10. Bone Temple's a 9 out of 10. Return to Silent Hill, not so much. I am not a big fan of Silent Hill. I actually only watched the first 2 movies in preparation to watch this, and then I realized that it's not even connected. This is based off of one of the games. I never played the games. I know of them. I know Pyramid Head, obviously, but outside of that, I kind of want. So I enjoy that. I like going into these things that everybody else is super hypercritical of when it's based off of an IP that they're a big fan of. I love going into these things and basing them off of their own merits. I was not a fan of the games. I was not a fan of the original movies. I did like the first movie, but I did not play the games. I did not watch the movies. So when I went into this, the older movies were still fresh in my mind, but I knew that they weren't connected. So I was able to disassociate from that. So I was able to watch this movie and judge it on its own merits. And god damn, it is boring. This movie was, okay. Let me describe this movie. When I watch movies, I always get me a large popcorn. I never finish the popcorn. Why do I get the large popcorn? Because the one time I ordered a medium, I ran out halfway through a movie. This movie, I finished the popcorn halfway through the movie. A large popcorn, which I never finished, and I finished it halfway. That's how boring this fucking movie was. I also thought Pyramid Head was gonna fuck that spider thing for a minute. I thought he was gonna fuck that spider monster. That would have been better. That would have been better. So Return to Silent Hill. There was a couple things I liked about it, but overall I think I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10, and that's being generous. Okay, I might be with the old lady. Just let me know. Sounds good, brother. How about you come watch my stream? All right. So, Return to Silent Hill gets 5.5. Now let's switch to a movie that I really did like. This is one of those situations where this movie, I really, really, really loved this movie, but it's not as good of a movie in reflection of to how much I enjoyed it. And that is Iron Lung. Markiplier's Iron Lung. Self-funded movie. It's the first time I've ever watched a movie. You know, every time you go to the theaters, they got the, presented by directors, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you get all the little studios, like little 15-second, hey, we helped fund this or produced this movie or whatever. There is none of that. It went straight from the trailer into the movie. No MP rating or anything was on it. No introductions, no tag cards at the beginning, nothing. Just straight into the movie. That's because this was self-funded. Self-funded by one man, Markiplier. And he also directs, stars. He edited a lot of the movie as well. He did a lot of this by himself. And it was #1 all weekend until the very last second of the weekend, where Send Help jumped ahead by just a little bit. So for the entire weekend that this movie came out, Iron Lung was the #1 movie in America until the last second. It's like Send Help hit the buzzer beater. The fourth quarter, double overtime, like sixth quarter, I guess, at that point, double overtime buzzer beater to win. And as soon as the weekend was over, Iron Lung immediately jumped back to #1. So this movie should have been #1 movie in America. It should have been listed that. It's a shame that it's not. But if I'm looking at the movie third person's perspective, it's not as good. It's a little sloppy. The acting starts off a little shaky. Takes Markiplier a little bit to settle into the role. That was my fucking toe that you just dropped that toy on. She has this habit where if she wants to play, she'll pick up her toy, walk it over, and drop it straight on my feet. And if I'm not wearing shoes, it fucking hurts because it's all jagged and torn and rugged because she's been chewing on it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Give it to me. Give it to me. This is her toy. It's not even that big, but because it's so fucked up. There used to be a third end to this. This used to be like an X, and she fucking tore that thing completely off. That's how much of a fucking animal she is. Now she's going crazy. Get off my bed. Get down. Get down. Go get it. I just threw it 2 rooms away. Hope I didn't break anything. Iron Lung was so good, though. In terms of enjoyment, 9 out of 10. But in terms of movie quality, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7. Maybe that's being a little gracious, but again, I just love this movie. And the fact that it was all done by one person, self-made. I love it. The next movie was the one that beat it for movie number one movie in America, was Send Help. Send Help was actually very, very, very good. In terms of enjoyment, though, and it didn't really hit all the spots for me. It hit some of them. I liked watching it. I enjoyed watching it. I came out of it happy. I don't really want to watch it again, though. But the leading actress, I don't know what that chick's name was, but she was fantastic in it. And I love me some Sam Raimi. And this movie was directed by Sam Raimi. And, I'll always go watch a Sam Raimi movie. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Evil Dead later, too, so that's fun. All right. The next movie was the worst movie of the year. The worst movie of the year. Strangers Chapter 3. We're going to spend a little bit more time on this one. I promise the next few ones after this we're going to kind of speed through, but I got to spend some time on this piece of dog water shit. This is like when your dog takes a shit in the water bowl and you just poured fresh water in there and then she puked up her dog food. That's how dog shit this movie was. This movie sucked. I didn't think it could get worse after Chapter 2. And here's the thing. Here's why I'm so passionate about this. Because one of my favorite movies, not just one of my favorite horror movies, but one of my favorite movies of all time is Strangers Prey at Night. A lot of people are fans of the first one that came out in 2008, 2009, whatever it was. I loved the sequel, Prey at Night. Love that movie. That movie fucking rocks. That movie kicks so much ass. One of my favorite horror movies. And when they announced that we're going to remake the Strangers movie, we're going to have Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. The first one's going to be a remake, and then we're going to take it in a different direction. Part of me was like, man, that sucks, but you can't really make a remake to Prey or you can't really make a sequel to Prey at Night. I mean, maybe you could, but it's got to be different killers. So, I mean, I was excited. I was excited because I love these movies. I love the concept that there is no reason why these people are doing what they're doing. And this fucking movie, God damn it. The first one was a remake of the first one. Chapter 1, the first one was a remake of the first one. That's a crazy sentence. Strangers Chapter 1 was a remake of The Strangers. And it was basically a watered down version. I love the lead actress. That's one thing that stayed consistent through all three of these movies, is that the lead actress killed it from start to finish. The first movie was a remake, and it wasn't as good as the original, but it was whatever. It was okay. If it came out during its own time, I'm sure, without it remaking itself, I'm sure I would have liked it more, but it's just a watered down version. I didn't connect with a lot of the characters like I wanted to. But whatever. We needed to get through that first one to get to where we were going, and I was excited. And the way that the second one was described was one super long chase scene throughout the entire movie, and I was excited. Ooh, give me a second. Give me a second. Get down. Come on. Get down. Get down. I'm gonna. All right. Give me 30 seconds. Come on. Go. 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 Alrighty then. Alright, I have shut my bedroom door. No more doggo. I'm sorry for those of you who are here for the dog. I'm sorry. But Strangers Prey at Night, all-time classic. Strangers Chapter 1 came out, not as good as the original, but whatever. And then I was excited for Strangers Chapter 2, and then I watched the movie, and it fucking sucked. First 15 minutes, awesome. First 15 minutes of Chapter 2 were great. They were heading in the right direction. And then that movie fucking was like, it'd be fucking cool if we did a backflip without knowing how to do it and landed on our fucking heads and broke our necks. That's what that one. I thought, I was like, oh, it doesn't get worse than that. You can't get worse than that. I misspoke. Because Chapter 3 was like fucking yourself with a cactus. Chapter 3 was so bad. It was terrible. It was awful. Have any of you guys seen the Strangers movies, the new ones, not the older ones? I mean these new ones, because if you haven't, you gotta do it for the experience. You gotta do it for the experience. Strangers Chapter 3, worst movie of the year. Not the worst movie of all time that I've seen, but it is definitely bottom 5. Chapter 2's bottom 10. Chapter 3's bottom 5. Worst movie. Chapter 3 might be like bottom 2. Honestly, worst movies I've ever seen of all time. All right, let's start kind of powering through some of these. We got Crime 101, starring Mark Ruffalo and Chris Hemsworth and Halle Berry. Was pretty excited for this movie, and it was just, I don't know. This felt like we're going to make a movie with Marvel actors to show that they can actually act, to not just do the Marvel thing. And by the entire time I was watching this movie, like, they were doing fine, but like it was just kind of boring. This felt like Heat light, like the Heat with Antonio Banderas, Robert De Niro, all that shit. This felt like the Heat but light. And I don't need to see these actors seriously act. I like them in their lanes that they are in. I like Chris Hemsworth when he's being serious and stuff, but he's also being super fucking imposing, but he can also be super funny. I like Mark Ruffalo being a fucking goof. I know he can act. I know these guys can act. I don't need them to do a movie for the sake of acting, is what I'm saying. It's kind of like, I remember a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I went down to MPX. And I think this was early 2024. I went down to MPX and I brought a couple guys with me, and they were going to have a chance to, try out for Metroplex Wrestling. And I told them, the first bit of advice I gave them when performing in front of a MPX type crowd is, when you come down here, you can't show them that you're a good wrestler. You have to already be a good wrestler and then show them something else on top of it. And that's kind of like how I feel about this movie. I don't need you guys to make a movie for the sake of showing me that you're talented actors. I know you're talented actors, but when you try to be talented actors, you're trying too hard and it comes off dull. So that's how I thought about this movie. Oh, yeah, by the way, Send Help was a 7.5 out of 10. Strangers Chapter 3 was a 1 out of 10. Crime 101 is a 6 out of 10. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because it was a good movie. It just wasn't a great movie, and I know that they were trying to like do some Oscar shit in this, and it just wasn't. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Give it a 6 out of 10. Good luck, have fun, don't die. This is a fun movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Not one of my top movies, but it's definitely one of my, it's up there. This was just overall fun. Loved it. Would watch it again. This movie's very rewatchable. I haven't watched it again because I don't typically rewatch movies, but I do find this one very rewatchable. Good luck, have fun, don't die. I'm gonna give it a 7.8 out of 10. Not quite an 8. Not quite an 8. The ending kind of goes a little crazy. Still good. Still hilarious. The ending as well, but we're gonna give it a 7.8. See, I should have just said 78 out of 100. 7.8. Psycho Killer, very run-of-the-mill horror movie, but I love the guy that they got to play the killer. He looks great. He looks imposing. There's a fun scene in the middle of this movie. But man, the voice gets me. There's also some pretty bad CGI, and he's got a deep voice like this. You can tell every line that this actor did for this movie was dubbed over by himself, but with some kind of effect on his voice. Because I'm just passing through. Satan, get ready to open up the gates of hell for me. I don't know. That's basically how you talked the whole time. And it was a little whatever. I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. Was enjoyable, though. Wasn't mad at it. Yeah, we're rolling with that. Where did that go? There it goes. Okay. What did I say it was? 5.5 out of 10. But you notice that's got the same ranking as a couple other movies, but like I probably said more nice things about it. Because it's run-of-the-mill horror. It's cheap horror. It's not trying to do anything crazy. It's not trying to be anything that it's not. So I appreciated it. 5.5 out of 10, but like a good 5.5. All right, Scream 7. All right, let's fucking get into it. If you've seen Scream 7, tell me, what did you think of it? And if you don't think that it's the worst Scream movie of all time, I'm gonna need you to write me a 3-page essay and tell me why it's not the worst Scream movie of all time. This is the worst Scream movie of all time, so much that it's worse than not just all the Scream movies, but all the movies that ripped off Scream. This movie ripped off movies that was ripping off Scream. Secondhand ripoff. I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Secondhand ripoff. This movie just sucked, dude. I will say when Matthew Lillard is on the screen, it's great. I love it. I actually really like Neve Campbell a lot in this movie as well. She's killing it. But the killers are trash. The motives are trash. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Scream 7 yet, Stu Macher's not the killer. he's actually not even real. It's AI. They use AI, and the third act of this movie fucking it castrated itself, basically, is the best way to explain it. Scream 7 sucked, dude. The first half of this movie is a lot of fun. The first half is a lot of fun. The daughter, she's annoying as fucking piss, though. It's not great, but it's fun. Like the scene where the good, like, okay, so first of all, there's an attack at the school, and then the fucking daughter's, one of her friends dies, and she's like, but my boyfriend, shut the fuck up. Your friend just got eviscerated, and you're like, but my boyfriend, why can't I go around him? Why can't he come with us? And then they go home to pack their bags because they're getting the fuck out of town, because that's the only smart decision that they tried to make during this movie. And then they need people to go clear the house before they go in there. And these fucking officers walk in this giant fucking house. 3 seconds later, walk out, all clear, boss. And guess what? There's a fucking killer in the house. But that sequence is a lot of fun. So, but the rest of that movie, ooh, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Scream 7 gets a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. It's down there with Night Swim for me. It's down there. The Bride. I'll tell you what. This movie's kind of whatever. This kind of flowed by, but I enjoyed it. Man, I had a good time watching this movie. That lead actress needs to be a star. I thought it was Lady Gaga for a little bit, but it's not Lady Gaga. Who is that woman in that movie? Who is that woman? Jessie Buckley. Jessie Buckley. She was awesome. She was fantastic in this movie. This movie also had Jake Gyllenhaal in it, which it makes sense because I'm pretty sure his wife directed it. But Jessie Buckley was a standout. She should have came out of this movie looking like a star. So shout out to Jessie Buckley. She was great. But I gave this movie a 7 out of 10. It's just it's a little too long. Kind of similar with Iron Lung. There's like a middle chunk of this movie that you probably could have cut out. But I mean, the thing with The Bride is that the movie is too long, but I don't really know what you cut out. Even when it slows down, it all still feels important. But yeah, that's all I'll say about that one. Undertone. This is a movie. It's like an audio. It's like an ASMR kind of type movie. It's basically about a woman who does a podcast, and there's fucked up shit going on in her house while she's doing this podcast. I thought it did what it did very well. Made me very uncomfortable. It achieved its mission. It was new. It was different. It was not super croissant. But it was good. Probably won't ever watch it again. The payoff wasn't that great for me. I don't know. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Wuthering Heights, starring Margot Robbie, who I think is very, very underrated in terms of her acting ability. She is fantastic, and she was fantastic in this movie. And so what's his name? Jacob Elordi? Is that the guy's name? I think that was his name. The movie, not the book, the movie. Oh, come on. Film. Movie. Is it Jacob Elordi? I'm pretty sure his name is Jacob Elordi. Yeah, Jacob Elordi. He was also fantastic in it. Everybody in this movie was doing great. Not my kind of style of movie, but I did enjoy it. So, Wuthering Heights, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Project Hail Mary. Here comes my hot take. Because a lot of people are saying that this is the best movie of the year so far. And though I do think that this movie is good, I don't want to watch it again. I love Rocky. I liked Ryan Gosling's character, but space is overrated to me. I'm going to say it. Space movies are overrated. I don't like them. They're not that interesting to me, and I couldn't get invested in this movie. I can see why other people did. I couldn't. It did not make me want to go read the book either. But it is a fantastic movie. It's just not for me. So, gave it an 8 out of 10. Ready or Not 2, here I come. Ready or Not, when that movie came out, that was like a sleeper hit. That movie was awesome. Ready or Not turned Samara Weaving into my favorite actress in Hollywood today. and that still stands to date. I need to go see. She's had a few movies come out this year that I haven't seen yet, but she had another one come out called Over Your Dead Body. I still need to watch, but none of my local theaters were showing it except for like for 2 days, and I didn't get a chance to go watch them. So I need to watch that movie still. But the second one, it leaned into the everything that was funny about the first one, and it leaned into it, as well as the gore. It leaned into the gore as well, but it didn't lean into the horror aspects at all. And I think the combination of gore, horror, and comedy is what made the first one so great. Not even necessarily just horror, but terror. Like you felt like you were like, oh my god, she better not fucking die. The second one didn't have that feel for me, so the second one's not as good, but it is fun. 7 out of 10. They Will Kill You. Okay, so this came out a week after Ready or Not, and when you watch the two trailers, they feel like the same movie. So I was skeptical going to this. I was like, is it just copying Ready or Not? Am I gonna enjoy it because I just watched Ready or Not too? I don't know, but I remember I walked into this movie, I was like, holy shit, this movie was fucking awesome. And the twist is crazy, and it goes twist for twist for twist. I think it gets a little too much at the end, but that's a lot of fun. That's one I was like, everybody should go watch They Will Kill You, because that movie fucking rules, man. That movie's awesome. That's one I will rewatch eventually. That's an 8 out of 10. The drama starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. I don't know, man. I don't know. This movie was so uncomfortable. I mean, this movie's great at doing what it wants to do. But when I watched the trailer and it was like, oh my god, I gotta like, and you know, it's about the couple is getting married and they're hanging out with their best friends. They're like, oh, we should all say what's the worst thing we've ever done, and then the trailer doesn't show you what Zendaya says, and I won't spoil it here because I do think that this is a good movie to watch if you're a fan of Zendaya or Robert Pattinson, because it shows like their range. It shows that they're not like one-dimensional actors. And I know that hasn't been, no one's ever really said that about Robert Pattinson, but I know a lot of people said about Zendaya. I thought Zendaya acted her ass off in this movie. But I will say, I'm not going to watch it again. And when it gets revealed what the worst thing that Zendaya's character in this movie has done, when it's revealed, it's like, I mean, it's bad, but it's not that bad. And I feel like I feel like the thing that she, and it's not even something that she did, it's something that she almost did. And the way that her best friend reacts, like when so I've told my best friend things that I've done, because we've all fucking done something fucked up in our lives. When I tell my best friend things I've done wrong, when I tell him secrets, when I tell him confessions or whatever, just in general, like, he reacts in the way that a best friend would react. The way that this best friend reacts is fucking like you're an acquaintance and you just told her this thing and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm spending too much time on it already. But the drama got a 6.5 out of 10. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I liked Lee Cronin. I love Evil Dead Rise. I'm not a Blumhouse guy. I'm not a Blumhouse. And this movie was a little too much Lee Cronin. This movie felt like Lee Cronin had a script for Evil Dead Rise Part 2, like a sequel to Evil Dead Rise, but he was given The Mummy instead. And I mean, I know Evil Dead isn't owned by Blumhouse and whatever, but I feel like he was told that, like, hey, we're not going to do this sequel idea you have for Evil Dead Rise, but you can come over here and direct The Mummy. And that's what it felt like. That's what this movie felt like. I don't know. In terms of Blumhouse movies, let me say this. When it comes to Blumhouse movies, this movie's up there. All right, there isn't a bigger Blumhouse hater than me. So in terms of Blumhouse movies, I liked it. I liked it a lot. In terms of Lee Cronin movies, kind of fell off for me. It just felt like Evil Dead Light. So meet in the middle. We'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. All right, Super Mario Galaxy. I watched this with the kiddo. It was cool. It was fun. It was exactly what it needed to be. People were overly critical about this movie, I think, and it's just it's a movie that you take your kids to and you go watch. Stop taking it so seriously. This movie was a 7 out of 10 for me. Mortal Kombat 2. All right, get closer. Come here. We're going to talk a little bit. All right, I got to get it comfortable, so you guys are just going to have to worry Come back to me. Are we there? We're there. Okay, sorry, I told you it was gonna happen. You guys tore that original Mortal Kombat movie apart, and it did not deserve it. It did not deserve the hate that you guys had for that movie. Cole Young did not deserve the hate that you guys sent his way. I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you right now. The hate that you guys gave Cole Young. Oh, he's not a Mortal Kombat character. He's an original character. Why do we need original character? Okay, listen, that is a trope that I'm also not a fan of, but for that movie, it fucking worked, okay? It worked for that movie, and you guys decided you were going to hate it before you even watched it, because when you watched that movie, that movie fucking rules. Oh, but they didn't show us the tournament. We got to build to the shit, dude. We got to build to it, okay? We always got to, whatever. And you got the tournament in the second movie, and it fucking ruled anyways. So, now that you know my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 1, my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2 is they fucking killed it, dude. I love this fucking movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. Not one of the best ones. There's a lot wrong with this movie, but holy shit, dude. And I didn't even realize that fucking Bihan is played by Joe Tesman. One of the greatest fucking martial arts actors ever. He's in the Raid. He's not the main character in the Raid, but he's in the Raid. He fights Mad Dog in the Raid. That fight goes hard. His fights with Scorpion go hard, the first and the second one. And his fight with Scorpion in this movie also goes hard. He shows up like New Cybot, and it's like a perfect depiction. Oh my god. Everybody in this movie kills it. R.I.P. Cole Young, though. They did him dirty. The second Cole Young gets summoned to fight in the tournament, I'm like, who's he going to fight? Who's he going to fight? And the second Shao Kahn walks out, and you're like, all right, we know what you're doing here. We know what you're doing. But you know what? You can tell that the directors and the writers and the people who made this movie, just because they were like, okay, you guys didn't like Cole Young, so we're going to take care of that. But we're going to do it. But we still like Cole Young, so we're going to do it in a way that we find is tasteful and works for everybody. I don't think tasteful is the right word because his head turns into a watermelon that gets smashed. But he does 1v1 Shao Kahn, and low-key wins. But Shao Kahn cheated, so whatever. The Kung Lao Liu Kang fight in this movie, I creamed myself. It was fantastic. I loved it. It was awesome. Nothing wrong with it. It was perfect. Fucking also, this movie made me love Liu Kang, dude. I have never been a Liu Kang fan. In the first movie, I didn't really care for him, and in all the games, not a big fan of Liu Kang. I always loved Kung Lao. That was my guy. Kung Lao and Scorpion are my two mains. But fucking when Shao Kahn approaches him in the fucking throne room when they're trying to steal Shinnok's amulet, they're trying to take it back, so because that's how Shao Kahn has become immortal. And Shao Kahn shows up and talks his shit, and then Liu Kang goes, I'm the last son of the dragon, and he fucking summons two fucking flaming dragon things, and I'm just like, you fuck me, okay? No, I didn't say that, but that's extreme. All right, that went a little too far there, but holy, like that man, like I hate the new like Gen Z and woke. Like when people say like words like aura forming, I hate that, but it is the only way to describe what Liu Kang was doing in this movie. When he goes into Shao Kahn's temple to steal Shinnok's amulet and fucking looks at Shao Kahn and says, I'm the last son of the dragon. And, like because he's like, you're just some nobody, blah 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 blah, and then he fucking 1v1, and the fight between them is crazy, and the way it plays out, because he fucking hits Shao Kahn with the flaming dragons. And so he should be incinerated, but he's immortal. And the look on Liu Kang's face is like, oh, fuck. But he, instead of running away, he just like, all right, gotta fucking run an audible here. And when he fucking gets on top of Shao Kahn, no diddy. And he's like, he's fucking immortal anyways. And he just fucking full Kamehamehas him in the face. Oh my God, that was awesome. Liu Kang rocked. This movie rocked. Also, Karl Urban is not the main character of this movie. I mean, he's kind of half. There isn't really a main character. It's kind of half Karl Urban as Johnny Cage and half Katana. But, I mean, I don't know. But all the fights in this movie. I mean, Sindel versus Sonya Blade was whatever. Jax versus Jade was short and sweet, whatever. But I love this movie. Mortal Kombat 2 was great. Obsession. All right. Obsession. Let's talk about it. Made for $750,000. Made over $400 million. That in itself is a big enough success story. but also this movie was just so damn good. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I know everybody's got opinions on it, but I love this movie. Everybody killed it. This movie's fucking perfect. Also, Mortal Kombat 2 was an 8.5 out of 10. Obsession is a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because it didn't with aside from the ending, the way the ending plays out was perfect. It kept you on your toes. It kept you guessing, what's he going to do? What's happening? Oh shit, that just happened. Oh fuck, that just happened. Nobody did the thing. Oh my god, but this is going to happen. What's going to happen? If the I don't know. I can't really say that there was anything wrong with this movie, but I'm not going to say it's a 10 out of 10. But it's as close as you get. It's like I'm gonna give it a 9.8. I'm giving this movie a 9.8 out of 10. I think the guy's a little bit too much of a crybaby in the beginning, but other than that, that movie fucking rules. The back room, nope, Apex. Oh wait, no, I already talked about Apex. Obsession 9.8. The back rooms, I was not a fan of the back rooms going into this movie. Never watched the online skits. Never played any of the games. So I was judging this movie on its own merits. I've got the hiccups now. But, I mean, it was good. It was fun. It was whatever. I don't know. This is one of those artsy-fartsy movies. And whenever you're watching one of those artsy-fartsy croissant-type movies, very rarely are they, like, really good. And most of the time, they're bad. This wasn't bad, but it wasn't really good either. This was kind of whatever. The switch-up of the main character POVs I liked, but what they turned the first half of the movie main character, what they turned him into, wasn't really a big fan of that. And everything after that just kind of, I don't know, it is what it is. The things they do with the monster in this movie is pretty interesting, but this is one of those situations where good script, good screenplay, good director, good actors, good everything. This movie didn't need to exist. I'm sorry. This movie did not need to exist. I watched this movie and I'm not like, oh wow, I'm really happy that they made a Backrooms movie. This movie didn't do that to me. If it did it for you, great. I love that. Didn't do it for me. 6 out of 10. Masters of the Universe. This movie did not make a lot of money, and it should have, because this movie is a lot of fun. This movie has a trope in it that I don't like, but they handled it very well. They take this, the IP of Masters of the Universe. When you think of Masters of the Universe, old school, medieval, magic, superpowers, all that fun stuff. When they make it into a live action, a lot of movies do this thing where they take the main character and they put him in the real world first, and then they have to have him find his way to whatever. This movie kind of does that. And when I was going into it, I was like, I'm not going to like this movie because of that aspect. It's going to have too much real world stuff in it. And though I still didn't like the real world aspect of it, I like how they handled it. And then they didn't spend too much time on Earth. They got to the shit, and it was a lot of fun. They didn't wait till the last 10 minutes to make him He-Man either, which is another trope I hate. But they made him He-Man like probably a little less than halfway into this movie. They do a thing where he gets it taken away, then he has to go get it again. But it all worked out. So this movie was actually a lot of fun. I did not think I was going to like this movie. I was not a Masters of the Universe fan either going into this. I was not a Masters of the Universe fan going into this movie, but when I watched it, it made me into a Masters of the Universe fan. This made me, I know I did watch the cartoon as a kid. I don't really remember too much from it, but this movie has made me want to revisit it. I don't know if I will or not because I'm lazy and I'm a piece of shit, but I can say whatever I want right now. Fuck. Oh shit. Never mind. Sorry. This little cord I have right here, this little purple one. I'm gonna lower this now since I've done ranting about whatever the fuck I was ranting about. Mortal Kombat, I think. I'm so professional. I am so professional. I am so professional, guys. I'm so professional. The spot where you put the cord into is messed up. It's not the cord, it's the spot you put the cord into, so it falls out easily. So got to be careful. Masters of the Universe, though, I am giving that. Sorry, I'm giving that a. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. All right. We got 2 left, guys. I promise. I've spent way too much time on this. I spent way too much time. But we're still not even an hour in, though. So that's good. The last 2 movies I've watched in theaters. The Furious. This is up there. We talked about Joe Tesman in Mortal Kombat 2. He's also in this movie. As well as Yayan? What's his name? Yayan? Cast. The guy that plays Mad Dog. Yayan. Yeah, that's his name. Yayan Rahan. I don't know how to say his last name. Yayan Rahan. The guy that plays... If you've seen The Raid, you know who I'm talking about. You know. The guy that fucking does this shit. He goes like this right here. This is the thing. This is... The guy that looks at Joe Tesman. Joe Tesman of all people. And says... This is what I do. Oh man, the scene in The Raid. I know I'm talking about The Furious right now, but the scene in The Raid where Joe Teslim, I've been saying it wrong the whole time, by the way. Joe Teslim, when he walks out of that room, when he thinks it's clear, and he gets fucking yanked out by Mad Dog, they do a roll, and he fucking pulls out a knife, but by the time he looks up, Mad Dog has a gun in his face, and they just stop, and they freeze. And then the other officers run away. He looks at the rookie and says, go protect him without breaking eye contact. And then a bunch of other fucking people start chasing those guys. And they just pace back. And then it's just left with those 2. And they haven't fucking moved. He's got a knife to Yan. And then Mad Dog's got a fucking gun pointed at him. And he fucking just goes. And he drops the knife. And he goes. And he backs him back into the room that they just left. And then he shuts the door. And he walks over to the stove and he puts down the gun. And then he starts talking, and he goes, never liked using these. Takes away the thrill. It's like ordering takeout. And this man's a chef, dog. Like this. Oh, my God. And he looks at Joe Teslim, and he says, this. He puts his hands up like this and starts doing this. He's like, this is it. This is the thing. And he looks up and goes, this is what I do. And they proceed to have one of the greatest on-screen 1v1 combat fights ever. Like... It doesn't even last very long. It's only like 3.5 minutes. And it's not like a 50-50. It's not one-sided, but it's clearly that Yayan is the better fighter of the 2. But like it's so fucking good. The only fight scene better than that in that movie is when he 1v2s the brothers. Look, when Mad Dog 1v2s the brothers, gets a light tube stuck in his neck and still starts whooping ass. It's crazy. He's also in this movie. And they fucking rematch. Him and fucking Mad Dog and Bihan. I keep calling Joe Teslim because of that reason. I keep saying Tesman. I keep saying Tesman, and it's Teslim. So I just keep calling him Bihan instead. So fucking Bihan and Mad Dog are both in The Furious. It's not a sequel or anything. This is a completely original movie. But they get to fucking 1v, and you feel it as a fan. You feel it. You're like, oh, if those 2 don't fucking fight, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. And they do, and it's fucking glorious. But that's only one aspect of this movie that's amazing. This movie's amazing in every aspect. The story, fire. The action, amazing. This movie doesn't stop. The action doesn't stop in this movie. It's go, go, go. There are little breaks in between to get to the next point, but this movie was made to be an action movie, and it fucking rules. This movie made me a fan of other people who I didn't even know, and I'm like, I gotta go watch everything else that this fucking person did. This movie, this is probably my movie of the year so far. The Furious is my movie of the year. It's so good. It is so good. I can't say enough how good this movie is. If you haven't seen The Furious, go watch it. If you've seen The Raid is it's a popular movie. A lot of people know about The Raid. If you've seen The Raid, go watch this movie. Go watch it. It's so good. This movie's better than The Raid. I'm gonna say that. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's better than The Raid. Maybe. It's right up there with The Raid. I don't know which one's better, but it could be. All right, that leads us to the last movie. before we hit an hour. Supergirl. All right, let's talk about it. Was Supergirl really that bad? Or are people being overcritical? I think it depends. Is this a great superhero movie? No. Is this a great movie in general? Not really. Is it a bad movie? Not really. Is it a bad superhero movie? I could see the argument, but I'm going to say no. This is super generic. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe we are at a point where we have seen so much done that if you're not doing something new, you're automatically written off, and that's a little unfair. But this movie doesn't do anything great either. I love Millie Alcock, though. I think it's perfect casting for Supergirl. I think Jason Momoa as Lobo in this movie is great, although he's got some, nice tits. Or, no, that's not what he says. He goes, see ya tits. Like, that's such a generic line and such a whatever, but, like, I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought a lot of things in this movie were funny. I thought Millie Alcock as Supergirl was great, or, at least good. Forgettable villain, forgettable plot, forgettable co-supporting actress, whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of forgettableness about this movie. And the needle drop, I see people complaining about it. The needle drop didn't take away from my enjoyment of the movie, but it didn't add anything. And I don't know. This was Guardians Light. This is Guardians Light, man. I know, and I'm not gonna dive too deep into how the movie was made and James Gunn had to step in, or maybe he didn't step in. I don't know that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not like, no matter what you tell me about the reasons why this movie is the way it is, isn't gonna change my opinion of the movie. So I don't want to dive too deep into it. But those are the 27 movies that I watched in theaters this year. Please tell me my stream is not frozen. I need to okay, we're good. Awesome. Sorry. I had to go back on there real quick. Now, let's talk about what are the best ones. Which ones do I think are the best? Well, if you've been sitting here listening to me, then you could probably guess. Oh no, I clicked off the thing. Okay, sorry. Boom. Yo, bro, what's up? What is up? Uriah, what's up, my guy? What's going on? Welcome in. Maybe you're gone now. Maybe you're not even here anymore. What's up, brother? Sorry. I have to refresh the thing every so often, or else I won't always see it. I think the best... Oh, I skipped a few. Holy shit, I skipped 2 movies. How could I skip these movies? I skipped Scary Movie 6, which was far better than Scream 7, and I skipped Disclosure Day, so I'll just briefly touch on those. I'm here, my guy. What's going on, brother? How are you? Scary Movie 6, I'll tell you what, man. This movie was spoof for spoof's sake, which did lower the quality of the movie, but I didn't care. I was having this oh my god, dude. This movie was so funny. It was so funny, and the humor is very old school. This is the same humor from the original Scary Movies, and I know, like, when you say that out loud, it probably gets you excited, but then you probably go back and rewatch a lot of the Scary Movies, and though you can still enjoy them, you probably can sit there and be like, this did not age very well. And a lot of the comedy in this movie is a lot of the same comedy that doesn't age very well. But I didn't care. I still loved it. There's a white chick spoof in this movie that I peed a little. It made me laugh so hard, I might have peed a little. And the fucking... when Shorty gets to have a musical part in this movie, he gets to have a musical number. It's an animated musical number, and it's a parody of Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, and it's so fucking funny. This movie's great. This movie's fantastic. I loved it, dude. I love Scary Movie 6 so much better than Scary Movie 7, and it made more money than Scary Movie 7. Fuck you, Spyglass. You shouldn't have fired Melissa Barrera. That's not the reason why that movie sucked, though. But Scary Movie 6, very good. 7.5 out of 10 for me. Disclosure Day. A lot of people were disappointed with this movie because, again, very similar to 28 Years Later last year, when I went in to watch a certain type of movie and I got something different, it was unexpected, but it was still very, very good. I feel like this was this exact same thing. I went into this. Actually, no, I didn't actually, because I watched a bunch of reviews of people shitting on this movie because it wasn't what they wanted to see. So I actually had my expectations subverted. So I went in to watch this movie, not expecting it to be chock full of fucking aliens and going crazy and shit. I went in this movie understanding of what this movie was going to be. This Disclosure Day is an alien movie, but it's not about the aliens. That's not the point of this movie. That's not the story. That's not the beats we're hitting. You really don't get too much of the aliens until the very end. So I understood that going in. So I was able to just sit back and kind of watch the movie and take what I was given. And I actually enjoyed this movie very, very much. Again, this is we were talking earlier about The Strangers. The Strangers Chapter 2 is a movie where it's just like one long chase scene done very poorly. This movie was like one long chase scene done awesome. And it opens up with pro wrestling. You can see fucking Brian Cage and Lance Hoyt just fucking going at it at the start of this movie. A Steven Spielberg movie opens up with Lance Hoyt and Brian Cage having a pro wrestling match. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. I love this. And it's a fucking alien movie. It's an alien movie that opens up with pro wrestling. That's fucking cool. That is cool. Pro wrestling is the coolest thing in the world. I just got a message, but I have to I can't read this one out loud. All I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna message you back right now because I want to get into it. But the message you just sent me, you in particular person, that would be cool. That would be very cool. That would be the coolest. That would be awesome. We should do that sometime. All right, getting out of there. Please don't be upset if I don't text you back right now. I just don't know how to reply to that at this moment, except for how I just did. So, Scary Movie 6, 7.5 out of 10. Disclosure Day was an 8.5 out of 10. Really like those movies. All right, the best movies I've watched this year that I enjoyed the most are number 5. And you could probably reorganize these. All right, this isn't number 5. I'm just going to give you the 5 movies I've enjoyed the most this year. And I can't really order them. We're going to go Mortal Kombat 2 for the reasons I've already talked about. It took all the fan criticism from the first movie, which again, some of you motherfuckers were a little too harsh. Louis Tan deserved to be in this movie longer. He deserved to have more than 2 or 3 lines. And the lines he were given weren't even good. They were very generic. And the very first line he talks about, he's like, if I die in this tournament, I made peace with that. The last thing I did was say goodbye to my wife and daughter. And if I die, I know it was for them. The second he says that, you know he's going to fucking die in this movie. But other than that, loved this movie. They did my boy Cole Young dirty. I hope he gets brought back as Kenshi, though. That would be awesome. Louis Tan as Kenshi fits so fucking perfect. 28 years later, The Bone Temple. The Bone Temple. God damn, this movie's so metal also. Who's the fucking guy in Sinners? What's his name? Jack O'Connor. Is it O'Connor? Jack O'Connell. O'Connell. Jack O'Connell. The vampire from Sinners, the first one, the main one, is also the antagonist in this movie, and he is fantastic. Ray Fiennes, Lord Voldemort himself, is in this movie. He is fan-fucking-tastic. Cillian Murphy shows up at the very end. He's going to be in the next one. Love that. There's a fucking... Oh, God, what's that song? What's that song played in the movie? It's on the... I know what it is. I know how it goes. What's the name of it? The Master. You know what I'm saying? It's a very popular song, and I just can't think of the name of it. What is it? The Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, I just didn't know the name of the song. But yeah. Fucking He's pretending to be the devil while he's doing it. It's so fucking cool. This movie's so metal. It's awesome. Oh, God, and his relationship with the they're not zombies. They're rage-filled people. I don't know. I've talked enough about that movie, but man, that movie was awesome as well. Awesome. So cool. So freaking cool. Can I refresh the chat over here? My Streamlabs doesn't show me the chat. I'm trying to go back to find your people's chats. I can't. Why is it not refreshing? Refresh. Damn you. Refresh. Refresh. Ugh. 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 Alright. Oh well. Oh well. Mortal Kombat 2, 28 years later, the Bone Temple. Next up is The Furious. The Furious is probably my favorite movie of the year so far. Gonna be 100% honest. Love that movie for all the reasons I just talked about. Also, I'm going to throw Obsession in there. That might be the actual best movie of the year. Furious might be my movie of the year, but Obsession might be the actual best movie of the year, and I really loved it as well. And for the fifth one, I don't know. There's a few, but I think I am going to throw in They Will Kill You, simply because there's a twist, and then there's another twist, and then there's a twist. And it's great. And this movie didn't need to have any twist. It could have just been what it was and been perfectly fine. But it went there. It didn't need to go there and went there. 2 fingers, I meant 3. That's basically what happened. Yeah, so those are my best movies of the year so far. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? I don't think I have any viewers right now, so I can say whatever I want. I could talk shit about anybody. Nobody would know. Fuck Red Chambers. All right. Well, finally, we're past that. I mean, technically that was 2 topics. I know that was 2 topics, which is fine. Let's move on to our next topic, though. Let's move on. We are going to talk a little bit about. Oh, okay. So, just to keep the train going with the movies, let's talk about some upcoming movies. Number 1, I can kind of mesh another topic into this, but I think I'll say that. I'll say that. Upcoming movies. Off the top of my head, without looking up anything, the movies that I am most excited for: Evil Dead Burn, The Odyssey, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Doomsday. And that's the cap. Like, it's those 4 movies. Even The Odyssey is kind of a little bit under. It's mostly Avengers Doomsday, Brand New Day, Evil Dead Burn. I don't really know if there are any other movies that I'm as hyped for as these movies. I'm a little bit more hyped for Evil Dead Rise just because it's so close. Like, I'm literally going to go see it Thursdays. I got D-Box tickets to go see Evil Dead Rise. That's how excited I am. I'll touch a little bit more on that later because that's one of my topics. But Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, again, big Avengers fan, big Marvel fan, big Doctor Doom fan, big Spider-Man fan. I can sit here and talk for literal hours about just one of those topics. I could talk for hours about Doomsday. I could talk for hours about Spider-Man in general. The two kind of go together a little bit. We'll talk about that. I'll talk a little bit more about a Doomsday at the end of the stream because, oh boy, we got a lot to unpack with that. But Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be a lot of fun. It's the worst kept secret that Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey, so I don't mind saying that on stream. Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. Everybody knows it. Who else could she be? She could be Rachel Summers, but they're not going to cast Sadie Sink for a multiple picture deal and give her not a A-list character. She's not going to be Typhoid Mary. She's not going to be Rachel Summers. Maybe she could be Madeline Pryor down the line. That's the only other thing I can see happening is she starts off as Jean Grey, but then it gets revealed that she's Madeline Pryor. Maybe, because Madeline Pryor is a clone of Jean Grey. See, there's my nerd brain coming out. Boom. Also, yes, I watched X-Men 97. Go fuck yourself. I have not watched the other 2 episodes. I've watched the first episode of season 2. I've not watched the other 2 episodes. I need to get on it. I am slacking. I know. I'm very busy. But very excited for Spider-Man. Love Spider-Man. Love Avengers. Love Doomsday. We'll talk more about that later. I don't really know any other movies that are coming out that I'm as excited for about those movies. I can't even think of other movies right now. I legitimately can't think of any other movies coming out that aren't those 4 movies. Odyssey, Evil Dead Burn, Spider-Man, I mean Doom 3. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really excited for Doom 3. Dune Part 2 was good. I did watch it. It was good. I've got the hiccups. You guys are going to have to bear with me here. That one's almost out. We'll finish it off. There we go. Cool. The second Dune was good. I'm not really the biggest Timothy Chalamet ding dong. I didn't watch Marty Supreme, if that tells you anything. I'm not the biggest fan of that guy. He's good. There's nothing really about him that I don't like. There's just nothing really about him that I do like either. There is that one scene though where he fucking lays down the law in the second movie. Like the longer Dune Part 2 goes, the better it gets. To whereas the longer Dune 1 went, the worse it got for me. I fell asleep during the first Dune movie, and I did not go back to watch what I missed, if that tells you anything. It's the only movie that I have fallen asleep to. It's the only movie. And here's the thing. I watched that movie while I was on the clock at work. I was on the clock at work watching this movie because it was dead. I had nothing to do. I was bored, and I fell asleep watching this fucking movie, dude. It's so disappointing. I am going to watch Dune Part 3 because I am on a journey to watch one movie every single week. It's not even necessarily that I have to watch a movie every single week. I just have to watch 52 movies. I've got to watch 52 movies this year. I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. Actually, I'm kind of right on schedule because I've watched 27. I actually haven't watched a movie this week. I entered this week one movie ahead, and I haven't watched anything this week. But I am going to watch Evil Dead Burn this Thursday, so we'll be staying right on schedule. But let me know what movies you're looking forward to the most. And do you again, my question, my number one question for everybody watching this, whether you're watching it live or whether you're coming back to watching it afterwards, my number one question is, what movie are you do you think the second half of 2026 will be better than the first half of 2026? I want you guys to let me know. All right. I'm going to try to be a little creative here. You guys have been looking just at me this whole time, but I know how to do things on here. So the next topic we're switching from movies and we're going to TV shows. We'll come back to movies after we talk a little bit about a couple different TV shows. Just briefly before we actually hit the next topic, some other shows that I'm watching right now. I'm still watching Fallout Season 2. I'm like 1.5 episodes in. I fell asleep during the second episode of Season 2. Really like Season 1. Season 2 hasn't gripped me yet, so I'm taking that one really slow. I'm watching X-Men 97. I need to watch Luke Cage Season 2, and I need to watch Iron Fist Season 2. Those are on the watch list. I'm kind of dreading it because I did not like those shows. I thought the first half of Luke Cage Season 1 was good, but the second half was boring. Did not like Iron Fist at all, so I'm not looking forward to those. But they're going to be in Daredevil Season 3, so I got to watch it because I love Daredevil. I'm also still in the middle of my 100 rewatch. I finished Season 4, then kind of took a break from it. I need to get back on that. I'm also watching House of the Dragon right now because that's my favorite show. So that's a little bit about what I'm watching. But another show, there's a couple shows that have come to an end recently. We're not going to talk about Stranger Things Season 5 that much because technically last episode came out New Year's Eve last year. So that's a 2025 show. Not going to spend too much time on it. Was very disappointed with the ending. I'm not very disappointed. I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't overly disappointed. It was just whatever. That was very croissant kind of ending to that movie or that show. But the rest of the show, awesome. Love Stranger Things. All-timer show. Just the finale kind of shit the bed. Now, what finale did not shit the bed for me, but did for a lot of people, was The Boys. The Boys is one that the people were pretty upset about when they watched the finale. And you could kind of see that people were, they were getting kind of sick of it. Because we were like 4 or 5 episodes in, and you got like 3 or 4 episodes left, and you're like, come on, guys, we got to start getting to the shit here. For me, I hit that point after episode 6. I was like, all right, guys, come on. we gotta get to the shit. Come on, we gotta start making some shit happen here. But that happened for a lot of other people around episode 3 or 4. And look, I understand. I know why people weren't happy, because it's not what we were promised. And I agree. I 100% agree with you. This was not what we were promised. That the finale that we got is not what we were promised. We were promised scorched earth, and we did not get scorched earth. I know. Okay? I know. I understand. But what we did get was pretty fucking good. Look, here's what it felt like. This felt like, what happened to my other account? What's going on here? I've lost one of my accounts. Sorry. I'm trying to do something here. Work with me. Work with me. I'm sorry. Who's watching right now? Who's here? Tell me what did you think of the boys finale if you watched it? Tell me in the comments below while I try to get this shit figured out. Hey, there we go. Oh, I gotta enter a password. Hold on. I promise I'll be way more prepared next time. What do you mean wrong password? I can't open the Google app on my 16 right now because that's what my camera is. That's what my camera is. I can't get a text message right now either. Come on, man. For some reason, it just deleted my other YouTube account completely off. Hey, there we go. There it goes. Sorry, I just hit it. What? What is the deal? I've completely lost my other YouTube account. I don't want to add a recovery email. There we go. Okay, I am a professional. I promise you guys. I promise. My video retention is going to be so crazy. It's going to be so terrible. I mean, everybody's going to watch forever because I'm just that great at what I do. What did you guys think of The Boys Season 5? Come on, people, interact with me here. What's going on? I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Refresh. Eventually I'll have this set up where I can see everything at some point, but not today, unfortunately. The way I have to do this right now, what I really need is I need to just have my phone in front of me. I need a different phone, and I have a different phone, but the camera's not as good. This is much better than using my old Android. This piece of junk right here is what I used to use as a camera. And now I'm using my iPhone because I don't actually have a webcam. But this still looks pretty good. All right. Mute that. Well, we're gonna go full screen. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna. Oh, I can do this. Yes. Why can't you guys see? That's weird. I think my dog is upset at me right now. Hey, here we go. All right. So, The Boys Season 5. I really enjoyed this whole season. the Homelander's death was super satisfying. Spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't watched season 5 of The Boys, Homelander fucking dies. It wasn't the scorched earth that we were promised, but what we were given was beautiful, phenomenal. I loved every second of it. Frenchie's death was heartbreaking. And then even after Homelander's gone, like the way it played out, like, because if you've read the Boys comics, then you know that post Homelander, it's not over. Butcher goes fucking crazy, and I was wondering how they were going to play that out. And they used Terror, and it was sad. It was heartbreaking. I didn't want to see Terror go, but we did, and it sucked. But man, a lot of characters. You know what my biggest complaint was, and I don't even know if I could call it a complaint really, because here's the thing, right? Homelander is very popular. He gets popularized all the time. And sometimes it's easy to forget that though we might love the character Homelander, he's a shitty fucking terrible person. He is the most evil kind of human being. He's not a human being technically, but he is so evil that this show can take a character that we all hate. Scoot that over just a little bit there. There we go. This show can take a character that we all unanimously hate in Firecracker, and in one episode, they can make you feel and sympathize for her. They don't make you love her. They don't make you like her, but they make you, you spend a lot of time with her, and you feel for her, and you sympathize for her, and you understand her positions, so you kind of understand why she does some of the things that she does. Not all of them. God, not all of them, but you can kind of understand why she is the way she is in certain aspects. And then having her die the way she does, just kind of out of nowhere by Homelander, right after fully kind of renouncing her own religion. She throws away the Jesus toy, whatever. Man. I'm just talking about the whole show now, but man, I really enjoyed The Boys finale. Again, I understand it wasn't what any of us were promised. Fully understand that. But, go away, Spider-Man. Go away. What's happening? Can I just do this now? Instead of just switching back and forth, can I just... It's just me again. Just me. Oos. That was cringe. Sorry. Did I mention that I was autistic? Because I am very autistic. All right. Boys season 5. Loved it. Gave it an 8 out of 10. Would have been a 10 out of 10 if they had a bigger budget. That was my theory. So that's my theory, is that the reason why The Boys didn't go full on crazy, full on scorched earth, the reason why we never got to see Homelander fully snap and just go psycho, is because I feel like the budget for the show didn't drop, but the price for the actors went up a lot as the show went on. So the budget didn't go down. I just think the actors just got paid more as the show went on, and it kind of tied their hands. They weren't able to do anything overly crazy. But I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. If you didn't though, I understand. I just think some people are going a little too hard on it. Now, let's talk about the real Big Dick Johnson in the room. House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon Season 3 is going on right now. And I've got to say, this show has been absolutely amazing. It has been fantastic. This show has been so good. And I like watching these little things too. I can't show too much of it because I don't want to get like flagged or copyrighted or taken down. I don't know how it works, but man, this show's been amazing. We're only 3 episodes in. I watched the most recent episode 2 nights ago because I watch them as they come out. I don't wait for these ones like I do some other shows. Some other shows I'm like, I'll watch it tomorrow, or I'll watch it on Tuesday when I have a day off of work. I don't care what's going on. When House of the Dragon is on, that's what I'm doing. This show has been nothing short of absolutely phenomenal. And it's like that every year, every season. Oh my God, Emma Darcy, is that her name? Is that the woman's name? Let me go into it real quick. Or I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But Emma, the chick that plays Rhaenyra, or they are fantastic. They deserve an Emmy for this, 100%. It's very similar. Anthony Starr deserved one for Homelander as well, by the way. He was robbed of that. He was amazing. But Emma Darcy also deserves an Emmy just as much. Oh my God, she has been fantastic through the show. It's the little things. It's the little things that she does. And then when it's time for her to fucking deliver, bring Aegon the usurper to me. Like, oh my God. I pledge myself. I pledge fealty to the one true king of the seven, or the one true queen of the seven and protector of the seven realms, Rhaenyra Targaryen. I pledge myself to you. That's how I feel about this show so far. We're starting to run a little bit long here. We're starting to hit that 1.5 hour mark. So I am not going to spend too much time. But holy shit, this show has been fantastic. And the way that they've deviated from the book, but still kept the plot the same, is so brilliant. Because in the book, in Fire and Blood, Rhaenyra Targaryen is not a good person. Like, Daemon is not... I'm not saying... Daemon's not necessarily a good person in the show either. He's kind of 50-50. He kind of goes back and forth a little bit. But clearly, when we're watching this, Rhaenyra Targaryen is... in the show, she's sympathetic. She's understanding. She's also fucking stern. Like... And she's for the people. And there is a scene in episode 2 where she's lying in her bed, and spoiler alert, I guess. Spoiler alerts if you haven't seen House of the Dragon season 2 or season 3 if you're not caught up. Slight spoiler alert. There's after I'll just say after Jace. After Jace, what happens with Jace? She kind of just lays in her bed, and she basically looks like she's given up. She's like, I've lost 2 sons now for this damn throne that I shouldn't have had to fight for. Why does any of it matter anyways? And she doesn't care anymore. And Daemon's there. She's like, are you gonna let them die in vain or whatever? And she's not a selfish person. She's 100% come off as, I need to be queen because I am the one who can make... it's my purpose. It's a sense of duty that gets her out of bed after she's lost 2 sons. It's not a sense of revenge. It's not a sense of entitlement. It's not any of that. It's because she 100% feels like it's her burden to bear to sit on the Iron Throne. And the way that she conveys that, oh my God, it is amazing. And in the book, it's not like that. It's very selfish in the book. It's very, very selfish. She's not a sympathetic character. She's actually a very evil person. She has her husband, Laenor Velaryon, killed in the book. She doesn't help him escape and fake his death. Like, she has him killed. Like, she's not a good person. She lets herself go too. Like, by the time she gets on the throne, she's like fat and everything. Like, and I know whenever they get to King's Landing and they find out that their treasury is gone, she starts taxing the poor people. In the show, that's not the route she takes, at least not right now so far, at least not at first. The route she takes in the show is, I'm going to go after the rich people. So she's going to get the common people on her side. But here's the problem with that. Here's the problem about going after the rich people, is that they are the ones that supply you with the most support. They're the ones that really have the power. It's like, whoever sits on the throne, do they really have the power? Maybe for a little bit, but if you abuse that power, you learn very fast that the people with the real power are the people with the money. So she's, I think that the destination is going to ultimately be the same that they get to in the book as they do in the show, but the route they are taking to get there is going to be different, and I think every decision that they've made so far has been the right one. With an exception of Nettles, not including Nettles in the show, and giving that to... what's her face? To Sheep Stealer's writer. I forgot her name. Damon's daughter. I forgot her name, but That's the one thing I would have had medals in the show. But other than that, freaking tastic. Man, House of the Dragon is my favorite show. It is my favorite show. I think Game of Thrones is overrated. I love Game of Thrones. I really enjoyed it. I watched all of it in like 2 weeks during COVID. Everybody was like, "Oh, this show's so amazing. It's a perfect show, top to bottom, blah blah blah." But once you get to season 7 and 8, those seasons suck. Just stop watching. The finale wasn't bad to me. I think you guys are just crazy. It is a little over the top, and it's not necessarily the most satisfying ending, but I think it's the ending that needed to be done. Game of Thrones is not supposed to be a fun show with happy endings. Like, the show's brutal. It's very similar to The Last of Us Part 2, the game. People didn't like that game because of the ending, because it wasn't the ending they wanted. It wasn't the satisfying ending. So people didn't like it. And I think when people don't get what they want, they just throw backlash at you. Like, and I think that's unfair. And I think that's what people did with Game of Thrones. Sorry. I mean, I know I'm in the minority, not just in terms of I like it, but my opinion of it as well. I know I'm in the minority. I don't care. That's my opinion. But I will say, House of the Dragon is everything that everybody was telling me about the first 6 seasons of Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon is fucking phenomenal. It is my favorite show ever, period, bar none. The only thing that comes close is Daredevil. That's it. The only thing that comes close is Daredevil. House of the Dragon is so good. All right. Pull that bad boy back up. We have a few short topics left. This Thursday, like I've been saying, I'm going to see Evil Dead Burn. I'll be going to see it with my heterosexual life mate, Wesley Crane. We'll be watching it in D-Box. We're going to have a good fucking time, dude. So, me and Wes, we love the Evil Dead movies, but we differ on which one's the best. He really loves 2013. I love Evil Dead Rise. And then everybody else we know says Army of Darkness or Evil Dead Part 2. I prefer the latter two to the originals. A lot of people prefer the originals to the latter. Is what it is. That 2013 one, my problem with the 2013 one is that it is so brutal and not fun. See, Evil Dead's always supposed to be somewhat fun. It could be campy, it could be gory, it could be scary, it could be terrifying, it could be brutal, but it's got to be fun. And the 2013 one just isn't fun. It's terrifying, and it's really good, and it's scary as fuck, and it's brutal, and it's gory, and the abomination at the end is amazing. The lead actress in that movie is amazing. The whole story, it's just not fun. To whereas you watch Evil Dead Rise, that's a fun fucking movie. Like every time. The only thing I gotta, just to give an example, the only thing I gotta point to is anytime you're watching that movie through the peephole, when someone's looking through the peephole and they see all the shit that's going on in the hallway, like every time that happens, it's just so fun. You see the fucking little kid. Oh, it's still brutal and mean. The only it made it a little hard to enjoy because like there's a lot of kids dying in this movie, but like it's still so fun. Like the scene where you're looking through the people, the neighbor kid runs across, and then you see fucking Alyssa Sutherland, the Deadite, the mom, fucking walking through, fucking come on this way, just going after her. And then you see the fucking kid just fly across the room or the hall, but he's got no arms and he's got no fucking legs. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy. This is intense. And I think that Evil Dead Burn is going to take the brutality of 2013. Rise was brutal too, but 2013 took it to a whole new level. I think we're going to have the brutality of 2013 and the sense of humor of Rise. And I think that this is going to be my new favorite Evil Dead movie. I am so convinced that I am just going to fall in love with this movie. It's got its work cut out for him because Evil Dead Rise is one of my favorite horror movies ever. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But I'm really excited. When I watch Evil Dead Rise, I will have either a out of theater reaction, or I'll have a video about it, or at the very least, we'll touch base on it next week. At the very least, on the YouTube channel, Tommy Talks. Make sure you guys go and subscribe over there. We're kind of winding down here. We're getting close. We're getting close. We don't have that many topics left. We have... All right. I had toxic fandom on here as a topic as well, but we've kind of touched base on it already a little bit. I think people are... We'll spend a little bit of time on it just to dedicate a little bit of time to this specific topic. I think people are way too overcritical these days, just in everything. Movies, TV shows, pro wrestling, books, even. Is toxic fandom a problem? Sometimes it could be good. Because as much as I did not agree with a lot of people's hate towards Mortal Kombat 1, I can understand their frustration. And if they didn't go as hard on that movie as they did, then we would not have the same Mortal Kombat 2 that we have now. And I think the Mortal Kombat 2 movie that we got is phenomenal. It's fucking awesome. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. So I think that's a scenario where fan backlash is good. Fan criticism is good. But when people shit all over the boys finale, like, that was so... Like, I understand it's not what we deserved, but what we got was still very good. And you're letting your emotions about not getting what you want stop you from enjoying what you got. And what we got was very enjoyable, very satisfying, very good. And it sets up other stuff as well. And I know that was actually a complaint that people were like, oh, it's just a big fucking advertisement for VOT Rising. I mean, one episode was maybe. I still enjoyed it. I still liked that episode. And yeah, part of it was a fucking advertisement for VOT Rising. And you know what? I'm excited for VOT Rising. I think VOT Rising is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see Jensen Ackles pre-Soldier Boy. That's exciting to me. I didn't care for that actor that played Bombsight when he was in Stranger Things Season 5. But him as Bombsight, like, works. I liked it. Man, like, I'm excited for VOT Rising. VOT Rising is going to be fun. It's going to be good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to dive back into the boys universe as well. But you guys need to back the fuck off, dude. Fans need to back the fuck off and just let people make movies. Let people make movies. You guys are not filmmakers. You're fans. You're allowed to give your opinions, but to talk about everything like in such a way that, like, oh, you think you probably could have done better. Like, that's so insane to me. I think, like, another one is the hate for Supergirl right now. Now, though I understand why people don't like that movie, I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was very good either, but I didn't think it was terrible. But a lot of people are going after this movie like it's the worst piece of... Like, they're going after this movie like this movie was The Strangers Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. And this movie is not that. This movie's better than that. This movie's better than The Flash, too. Like, and The Flash was another movie that I know got a lot of hate, and a lot of it was probably deserved, but actually still wasn't even that bad of a movie. Just terrible CGI. And there's a lot of bad CGI in this movie as well. But still, looking at that aspect aside, Supergirl was not as bad as everybody says it is. But you... like, people, when you don't like something, you go after it like it's the worst piece of dog shit that you've ever seen in your life. And there's a lot of that going on these days, not just in movies. Like I said, the fan base in pro wrestling's just as bad, if not even worse, but we're not going to get into that. So tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think that people should back off of movies and TV shows and stop being like, oh, everyone's a critic? I know that's the saying, but we're not all critics. I'm not a critic. I don't know how to critique movies. I just know what I like. I can when I watch a really good movie, I understand that I'm watching a really good movie. When I'm watching a really bad movie, I understand that I'm watching a really bad movie. But when I'm just watching a movie and, like, I don't know how to critique movies. I don't know how to make things better. I don't know, like, that shit. I just know what I like. But man, you guys need to chill the fuck out. All right. get to our last topic. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because I don't want to dive too deep into the spoilers. Let's talk about Avengers Doomsday. Let's talk about Avengers Secret Wars. Doom. The script for Avengers Doomsday has leaked online. Not the script. I'm sorry. The plot. The plot of the movie has leaked online, and it's looking like it's true. Like this is the real deal. There's also been a very early plot leak for Secret Wars that is also looking very, very true. I'm gonna get copyrighted by Marvel, and I don't care. All right. Let's look at these. Oh, my arm is cramping. Oh, my arm is cramping. I need to drink some water. I haven't enough water. Why can I not fix my thing? There we go. Ooh, I got a cramp right here. Right here. Ooh, ow. That did not feel good. Ooh. All right. But yes, the plot has leaked for both movies. And I'm 90% certain that at least the one for Doomsday is the real deal. But here's the caveat. The plot leak that leaked is one that actually hit the internet back in February. And everybody called it fake. But it kind of made its rounds again. It got sent to a couple people who had a fan base that have apparently know the script for Doomsday. And they have corroborated. So it's looking like these plot leaks are real. We are going to see a lot of what happens. But these are, again, it's the same one that leaked online back in February that everybody called faked. Where it's 5 months. We are now on our second rounds of reshoots. They did reshoots a little bit after that time, kind of about back in March or April. They were doing reshoots for Doomsday. They're now doing a second round of reshoots that they should be finishing up really soon. There's a certain character that when they did their first round of reshoots, was apparently the actors who had the most scenes reshot in the movie or added to the movie even. I don't know. I don't want to say who because it's just saying who is a spoiler. Because like obviously like in this movie, we had Chair Watch. We got 27 characters announced for this movie. Then they also announced Steve Rogers in this movie. He was gonna return. Chris Evans returning as Steve Rogers. So, but let's just say that there are 3 characters in this movie who are going to be in the opening scene that have not been announced, advertised. They didn't get any of these, like, point this way. They didn't get any of these trailers that you're seeing over here. They didn't get a chair and Chair Watch back in March of 2025. But I can't say who. I cannot say who. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. Maybe next week, if enough people want to talk about it, let me know, and we will talk about at least the opening scene next week. We will come on here and we'll talk about the leaked opening scene for Avengers Doomsday. But the entire plot has leaked online, so be careful out there. It's not safe in these streets, guys. It's not safe. So you guys got to be careful because it's out there. It's out there. But once again, there's been 2 rounds of reshoots since then. So who knows what's changed. As far as the Secret Wars one goes, sure, it could be real, but I'm not worried about it because they haven't even started filming for this movie yet. They haven't even started filming. They don't start filming until end of this month. I'm pretty sure. End of this month, early next month is when they start filming Secret Wars. So I'm not too worried about it. I could totally forget a lot of it, honestly, between now and then. So let me know what you guys think. Have you seen the leaks for Avengers Doomsday? Have you seen the plot leak online? And if so, what do you think? Because a lot of people think it sucks. And here's the deal. I didn't see the in-game leaks when they dropped online. I knew they were out there. I didn't read them, but I saw the reactions to the leaks online. The reactions were the same as the reactions now. People did not like the leaks that came out for Endgame. Oh, what? Tony Stark's gonna die? Captain America's gonna go back in time? Time heist? He's gonna Peggy? What? Like, people like, oh, time travel, that's such a cop-out. And then when Avengers Endgame came out, we were all amazed. We all loved it. Everybody loved that movie. Everybody thought it was the shit. Everybody, you know, and it was accurate. The leaks that came out was 90% accurate. But here's the thing: when you read these plot leaks, you're not seeing the little moments. The Hulk giving Ant-Man a taco, you know, you can read, oh, Thor's fat, and we get Smart Hulk in Endgame. This isn't the time for that. But when it was in the movie, it all just worked. It all worked. You don't get the, when you're reading a plot leak, you're not seeing the on your left. You're not seeing those moments. So even if the plot leaks are real, I don't care. I'm gonna be pretty satisfied either way. So because what I did read about this movie, I think the plot leak that came out for this movie is fucking incredible. I need to do this again. No. What's happening? This game, by the way, I didn't mean for this to be the thing that happened, but this game is gonna fuck so hard. It's gonna be insane. I cannot. All right, there we go. Boom. I need to just go back to switching it, but there we go, guys. What do you think about Avengers Doomsday? Have you seen the plot leaks? If you have, what do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Tell me why down in the comments below. Have you seen the ones for Secret Wars? Who knows? Let me know if you want to talk more about the opening scene openly. We can do that next week. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to Tommy Talks. This is going to be a video on there, not a live stream, unfortunately. But I am going to upload it to the channel. Can't go live, but I will be live on there next week. And I might even do a test stream between now and then, and just to hang out. And I don't know, maybe I'll do an Evil Dead Burn live stream review and reaction, just to kind of test out the waters a little bit to see if I can get the hang of this thing. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I know that a lot of people were kind of in and out. That's totally fine. This is the first one. I also said I was going to do it on YouTube, and here I am on Facebook doing it. So. But if you watch this live, if you come back and watched it afterwards, if you watched it on YouTube afterwards, again, thank you so much. Tell me, again, the big question for you guys. Do you think the second half of 2026 will be better than the first half? I think it will be. Well, I don't know, because again, there are 4 movies that I am really excited for, but I can't think of any other movies in general that are coming out in 2026, much less ones that I'm excited for. So, tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. Subscribe to Tommy Talks. Follow me here on Facebook. August 8th will be my last professional wrestling match at the Property Event Center in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Summer Bazaar. It's an all-day event. Live tattooing, live piercings. There will be cars, vendors, so many different things happening. Parabellum, myself, Wesley Crane, our last appearance as a tag team. My last match in general will be taking on Riley Grin and Titan Yen, the tag team known as Divinium. They are my children. I am going to be their daddy one last time. August 8th. I'm going to show up and show them that no matter how good they are, and they are very good, they are very talented, they're not as talented as me. Nobody's as talented as me because I'm the goddamn best. And I'm going out as the best. August 8th is my last professional wrestling match. And I am showing up better than everybody else that you're going to see on the card. You're going to see some phenomenal talent. You're going to see some amazing talent. And I'm here to look you dead in the eyes and let you know that I'm the best. And on August 8th, I'm going to be the best one more time. And I'm going to show the 2 guys that I am most proud of in this business. The 2 guys who have meant the most to me in this business, aside from my best friend who will be standing next to me in said match. I'm going to show up to this match surrounded by the people I love most in this business, and I'm going to show them that no matter how good you are, no matter how good you can possibly get, you're not out of this world. That's still me. August 8th, one more time, I will be out of this world. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Again, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you liked most. Tell me how, like, what you would recommend doing these. Like, I'm very new to this, so tell me. We've gone an hour 50 here, a little less than 2 hours, which is kind of where I wanted to be. So we kind of ended it on a pretty good note. We kind of sped things up. We took a little bit too much time in the beginning, but we're good to go. So again, subscribe to Tommy Talks. Thank you guys so much. See you next time. I'll see you next week, and I'm gonna let you know what I think of Evil Dead as well. Evil Dead burn. We're all gonna burn.